Gallups. Mike Shoesmith, you're back on. Hey, why is the U.S. military practicing against zombie attacks? What's that about? I mean, tell us about zombies. Are zombies real?
Hey,
I'm setting you up. I know the answer to it. I'm tossing you a softball.
Yeah, hey, before we get into the zombie apocalypse news, I just want to say about the pale green horse prophecy. It does look like if that prophecy is referring to Islam, and we believe it is, it does look like the worldwide population of Muslims has reached its limit. IQ Razuli will be happy to hear that the Bible does prophesy that the worldwide Muslim population will not go beyond 1/4, and it has reached 1/4 of the worldwide population now. So good news for those who are concerned about the worldwide takeover of Islam in the world. But listen, yeah, your federal tax dollars, guys, are being used to prepare for the zombie apocalypse. We have covered that news story on our blog, ppsimmons.blogspot.com. The Department of, this was in San Diego, California, the Department of Homeland Security deemed an event allowable expenses. And apparently, now I've got video footage of this. Mm-hmm. This is an actual event that they held in San Diego, paid for by your money. Mm-hmm. People dressed up as zombies, and the Homeland Security was practicing how to defend themselves against a zombie apocalypse. Now, getting back to your softball, are zombies real? Do zombies really exist? I mean, none of those cases of cannibalism that we reported on the last few months. You know, remember the Miami cannibal?
Right.
He was not. His toxicology reports came back. He was not high on anything except for trace amounts of marijuana.
Right.
So, but does the Bible say anything about zombies? You know, zombies have been apocalypsing ever since Jesus walked the earth, and he gave us the definition of a zombie, a real zombie. He said, if you don't believe who I am, who I say I am, you will die in your trespasses and sins. You are already dead on the earth, walking around. What is a zombie? A zombie is essentially a dead person walking around.
Right.
If you don't believe, if you have not been born again, adopted as a child of God, when Jesus walked away from the grave, he essentially said the adoption agency is now open for business.
Right.
If you want to come and be adopted, be born again, be adopted out of Satan's family and into God's family,
right,
then you become adopted out of the zombie family.
Yeah, that's a good illustration because, you know, he said very clearly, you're dead in your sins.
Right.
You're a walking dead person.
You're a dead man walking. Are zombies real? Well, the biblical definition of a zombie, yeah, zombies are real.
Yeah.
And they've been now. If you can take the zombie apocalypse really began, I think, about 150 years ago. It almost seems like the Homeland Security is preparing an assault on the atheist community because zombies have been walking around ever since Jesus identified them. But the zombie apocalypse, the attack of zombies on the world, has been emanating out of the academic world, and the zombies have been coming out of there. Yeah. So if in California, they're already in California, they need to go down to Berkeley, or Princeton, or Harvard, and deal with the zombie apocalypse coming out of those areas. Yeah. I mean, let's take care of this once and for all. But in all seriousness, though, if you don't want to be a zombie anymore, give your life to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Get ready. Get with the adoption agency and say, okay, I want to be adopted out of the zombie class and into the higher class, into God's class.
That's awesome, Mike.
I love you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, God bless you, Mike Shoesmith. Folks, you're listening to Freedom Friday with Carl Gallups. I told you you'd hear stuff here you're not going to hear anywhere else. Well, at the top of the hour, Grace, Dr. Grace out of Washington, D.C. We'll get all the scoop out of D.C. in just a few moments. We'll be right back.